Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
We will.
Good morning, friends. I'm extremely delighted to welcome you all to ISC Kumarappa Reckless Award and Oration 2020 event. Friends, it's my proud privilege to welcome the chief guest of today's event, Professor Dr. Bimal Patel, the Vice Chancellor of Rashtriya Raksha University and a member of National Security Advisory Board. I also welcome the event chairman and Vice Chancellor of National Law University Dharamshala, Professor Balraj Chauhan sir. I also welcome the chairman of Indian Society of Criminology, Professor Madhavan Somasundaram sir, Professor Arvind Tiwari sir, the General Secretary Syed Umar Hattab sir, and all my fellow criminologists and members of Indian Society of Criminology, those who are present here today. Friends, please join me with a virtual applause in welcoming today's awardee on whom this coveted award would be conferred upon. With a long illustrious career, Mr. Vikas Sahay, an I.P.S. officer of 1989 batch and an active criminologist and academician, and the former Director General of Raksha Shakti University, which has now been upgraded to Rashtriya Raksha University and an institute of national importance. Friends, I briefly speak about the Kumarappa Reckless Award. The ISC Kumarappa Reckless Award was instituted in the year 1973 in order to recognize a person who has made significant contribution to teaching, research, or administration in the broad field of criminology or criminal justice administration. The Indian Society of Criminology established its highest award in the field of criminology, named Kumarappa Reckless Award in 1973. The ISC Kumarappa Reckless Award will be awarded to a person who has made significant contribution to teaching, research, or administration in the broad field of criminology or criminal justice administration. The recipient is expected to deliver a lecture at the annual conference. And friends, as already mentioned by Professor Tiwari, that this is historical and momentous occasion for this award, as for the first time in the history of this award since 1973. For the first time, this award is being given on an online platform through a virtual conference as the new reality of the world order. Friends, Professor J.M. Kumarappa was an Indian author and parliamentarian. He was the first Indian director of Tata Institute of Social Sciences. He was a renowned criminologist holding MA and PhD degrees in social sciences from Columbia University. In 1949, he was one of the few criminologists selected by the United Nations Secretary General to advise the United Nations on future crime prevention programs. His association with criminology enriched with the collaboration of Professor Walter Reckless, who was invited by the former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru as an United Nations expert to help frame the correctional policies in the country. Professor Walter Reckless was born on January 19, 1899 and was brought up in Philadelphia, USA. Reckless was a consultant to the United Nations Social Defense Section and was designated as an expert in criminology and correctional administration. He traveled to India under the aegis of the United Nations Technical Assistant Administration and was there from October 1951 to August 1952. Reckless' specific mission was to study how jails were being administered in India and to recommend what could be done to improve correctional training in India. While there, he connected with Professor J.M. Kumarappa, the then director of the TESS in Bombay, now Mumbai. The latter functioned as a liaison between the Government of India and Reckless, who was representing the United Nations. Friends, the award, ISC Kumarappa Reckless Award, has been conferred, was started being conferred from 1975, and till now has been conferred upon many luminaries of the field of criminology and criminal justice administration, starting from Professor J.J. Panakal in 1975 and number of other luminaries such as N.R. Madhav Menon, Professor M.S. Gore, Professor K. Chokalingam, Mr. Justice Venkat Chalaya, Mr. K.F. Rustamji, Dr. Kiran Bedi, and Professor Balraj Chauhan and Arvind Tiwari himself, who are present here today. So friend, with that introduction, I would request Professor Arvind Tiwari ji to accord a formal welcome to all our dignitaries and members who are present today. Over to Professor Tiwari.
Thank you, Dr. Sumit, and good morning to all of you for this very special occasion to felicitate Mr. Sahay with the Kumarappa Reckless Award. Now, at the outset, I welcome the Vice Chancellor of the Rashtriya Raksha University, Professor Bimal Patel, Professor Balraj Chauhan, Vice Chancellor of Dharmashastra National Law University, Jabalpur, who is also the President of the Indian Society of Criminology, Professor Madhav Sundaram, who is the Chairman of ISC, as well as Head Department of Criminology and Correctional Administration at the Manoanmaniam Sundarnar University, Tirunelveli, and our dynamic secretary, Dr. Umar, who is also a faculty member in the same university. My colleagues, Dr. Mangoli, Professor Devakar, and all colleagues from ISC, Office Bearer of ISC, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I congratulate Mr. Vikas Sahay, who is ADG training currently in Gujarat Police, for this award, because ISC, as Dr. Sumit has indicated, this award is a very prestigious award which has been conferred to the senior police officers, academicians, judges, and this is done on the basis of the contribution made by the person, either academician or the practitioner, in the field of criminology, criminal justice, and correctional administration, and how to advance the teaching, research, and practice of the discipline in different sphere of life. So Mr. Sahay was conferred this award actually way back last year, and we were supposed to confer this award in Madurai conference of Indian Society of Criminology, but due to some emergency situation, Mr. Sahay could not come, and he communicated to us, and then therefore we thought that this is the opportunity for us, at least through webinar, that we can felicitate him and congratulate him for this award. Now, I would like to just say, already Dr. Sumit has highlighted about Kumarappa and reckless contribution. Who was Dr. Kumarappa? And later on, that tradition in Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Professor J.J. Panakal has taken up, and the contribution of W.C. Reckless, Professor W.C. Reckless, when he was in India, he was placed with the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, and 2-3 milestones are created while he is staying in India. One, jail administration, prison administration in India, a report was prepared by Professor Reckless, and that has become, the landmark kind of report in the history of correctional administration in India, and several implementation of those recommendations were made by the Government of India, and then the now NISD, which we know, National Institute of Social Defense, is the one of the creations of that report, Jail Administration in India, which Dr. W.C. Reckless has produced. Beside that, Conference of Jail Officers, then IGs, was called in TIS, and then a process for preparing of the model jail manual was started. That was also instrumental from his presence from TISS. And Personal Offenders Act, we all know now, this is an act which was enacted by the Union government in 1958. Was also, the blueprint was prepared by Professor W.C. Reckless while his stay in TIS, Mumbai. So, and similarly, Professor Kumarappa, who was the then director, then he became the parliamentarian. So, in recognition of these two stalwarts, those who have made significant contribution in the field of criminology, criminal justice. Tata Institute of Social Sciences also organizes annually a lecture, and also Indian Society of Criminology has initiated this award, and which is conferred to the luminaries from academicians and practitioners. Now about Rashtriya Raksha Shakti University, because I have got the opportunity to connect since Mr. Sahay was the DG there, and I would like to tell our colleagues from criminology, academia, and from practice that being the police officer as the head of the institution, Mr. Sahay contribution to enrich and enhance and strengthen the teaching, research, training, and field action in criminology and criminal justice was he immensely has contributed. And what he does, he established a department of criminology now, which is the School of Criminology now, and he appointed the faculty trained in criminology as a faculty. First thing. Second thing also, he has also, because he was also having the joint commissioner position in the commissariat of Ahmedabad. So he has also around 4 or 5 students, those who are trained in criminology. Because Mr. Sahay has, on our request and his own initiative, he has organized one panel discussion in which I was also part of the team. And we had made a presentation before DG that how criminology trained students are different, because Mr. Sahay question was very pertinent. Being practitioner, he said, what kind of intervention or contribution can be made by a trained criminologist, which my police officer, police inspector to have up to SP or seniors, they cannot make. How differently the criminologist could be useful for the police setup, which we have discussed thoroughly, and he has considered and he was convinced, and therefore he has initiated this with the government of Gujarat, and I am happy to say that this project was successfully completed under the supervision of Mr. Sahay. And not only that, also since then Raksha Shakti is now Rashtriya Raksha University, has been continuously engaged for the growth and development of criminology, criminal justice, and correctional administration in India. Then I heard that when he has taken charge of ADG training, he has also managed to appoint around 15 trained criminologists and forensic scientist students, those who did post-graduation from this esteemed university. So that they are working in the different school and different kind of institutions of police regarding, and they are giving their inputs for training and strengthening the police system. So these are the just brief kind of thing which I thought should be mentioned to the audience, and therefore we recognize his contribution, as well as also now you see Rashtriya Raksha University. Now, as we all know, this has become the first, and Professor Vimal Patel is here, and Patel Sahab, hearty congratulations to you and your team for this elevation of Raksha Shakti University to the Rashtriya Raksha University. And on behalf of my colleagues, my president, chairman, all senior colleagues are here, and I assure you that Indian Society of Criminology and individually we all are committed for the growth and development of criminology, criminal justice, and social sciences and law in your esteemed university. And so this is briefly, I would like to mention that this kind of practitioners, as we know, there is a branch in translational criminology. Translation means there should be the synergy between the practitioners and the academicians. So this is the best example which Raksha Shakti University and now Rashtriya Raksha University has shown, and a very good synergy of both academicians and practitioners. And let me tell the friend to all of you, my young colleagues and students, that this is the best model to learn from each other, because practitioners are dealing with the criminologic situation, crime, and various kind of challenges, internal security, and all kind of organized crime and all phenomena of crime. And they are also, while dealing with this, they come to know several kind of methods, several kind of ways which could be helpful to us to theorize, to test the theory in the field. And also, so this collaboration is a wonderful collaboration which is being now flourished. And I'm sure that Professor Patel will also consider this perspective, and we will continue to take this model forward. And as soon as any colleague from practitioner, if they would like to take the services of the ISC, I think we would be happy. And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And once again, I welcome you all for this very historic moment, that the first time, as I said, informal chat with my friends, I was telling, first time we are doing in the history of ISC that KRA was being conferred through webinar mode. So once again, I thank you all, and I also welcome you all for joining this ceremony. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Tiwari, for officially welcoming all the dignitaries and the delegates, and also mentioning some of the notable contributions of Mr. Vikas Sahay, which you had personally witnessed. Now I would like to welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor of Dharamshala National Law University and President of Indian Society of Criminology, Professor Dr. Balraj Chauhan, sir. Professor Dr. Balraj Chauhan, sir, is the first Vice Chancellor of Dharamshala National Law University, Jabalpur. Before joining Dharamshastra National Law University, Professor Chauhan has served as Director, Amity Law School, Lucknow, Vice Chancellor of Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia National Law University, Lucknow, National Law Institute, University, Bhopal. He has also been a member of UP State Law Commission, member of UP State Legal Services Authority, and executive member, Shastri Indo-Canadian Institute, New Delhi. Professor Chauhan's special interest is in the field of criminal law, criminology, and clinical legal education. We are fortunate, sir, that you are chairing this event, and welcome to deliver the presidential address. Professor Chauhan, please.
Thank you, Dr. Sumit, for a very nice introduction. However, there is a correction. It's a Dharamshastra National Law University, not Dharamshala. Okay, thank you very much. Vice Chancellor of Rashtriya Raksha University, my old friend, dynamic person, real intellectual, and a visionary, because the way he developed GNLU is self-evident, and very happy to see him in chair in this university, Professor Vimal Patel. My friend, Professor Arvind Tiwari, former president of the Indian Society of Criminology, a dynamic chairman of the Indian Society of Criminology, Professor P. Madhva Somasundaram, and of course, what Tiwari said, active, energetic, vibrant secretary, Dr. Said Kumarappa. A special guest today, Mr. Vikas Sahay, whom we are going to confer the Kumarappa Reckless Award for the first time virtually, first time in history. All my colleagues like Dr. Mangoli, Dr. Rajput, others, academicians, students, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, as a president of the Indian Society of Criminology, I would like to appreciate rather than thank the support provided us by Professor Vimal Patel in organizing this ISC Kumarappa Reckless Award Oration through School of Forensic Science and Risk Management, School of Criminology and Criminal Science of this university. Professor Patel, on behalf of Indian Society of Criminology, I can only say you have done wonderful. You have given a wonderful support to us, and hopefully it will bring this university and the Indian Society of Criminology more near in future endeavors. The name of the university indicates that it will be a hub of research activities focused on national security and police. And I'm sure when you are here as the head of the institution, we should all welcome this development. Tiwari has already spoken about it. And which is a result of the contributions made by the Administration Reforms Commission in 1966, Gore Committee on Police Training in 1971, National Police Commission, Ribeiro Committee on Police Reforms in 1998, followed by the Padma Bhaiya Committee in 2000. Despite all these efforts and recommendations, the quality of policing has continued to deteriorate. Perhaps we failed to implement the recommendations and to integrate the values in letter and spirit provided in the Constitution, especially fundamental rights. Free India gave itself a package of fundamental rights and imposed restrictions on the arbitrary use of power within its administrative structure, particularly the police force. Not only is police important to ensure justice, it has become the fallback option for the government dealing with almost any kind of emergency. And I am very happy that Professor Patel is not only the Vice Chancellor, but he is the member of the National Security Board. But several recent cases which have been reported, because as a criminologist, as a student of law, it pinches me. These cases which has been reported throughout the country have turned the spotlight on grave lapses in police functioning. All these cases reflect very poorly on the police force as well as other agencies headed by the I.P.S. officers. I know individually they are very good, but collectively we have to think. It is also true that the police force is ill-equipped and made to work in almost inhuman conditions. The status of policing in Indian reports, as pointed out in 2019, that at the national level, only 75.2% of the sanctioned police strength has been filled. Filling these resource gap is important, but so is operational autonomy for police. I emphasize operational autonomy for police. For over a decade, Supreme Court has tried to loosen the grip of the political executive over the police force, but governments of all political persuasions have been resistant. A modicum of fairness in appointments and transfers is a prerequisite for mending Indian criminal justice system. I am not only hopeful but confident also. Professor Patel, I am saying it because of you are sitting and I am seeing you responding that this university, Rashtriya Raksha University, will engage itself seriously in discussions and research. I will be happy on behalf of the Indian Society of Criminology to extend all my support along with my colleagues in this endeavor. One area which is very near to my heart is of community policing, where both of us can make significant contribution. Jan Maitri, student cadet police models of Kerala, Trachi beat boxes and Friends of Police models of Tamil Nadu, Gram Rakshak Dals and the Nagar Rakshak Dals of Madhya Pradesh, Mahila Tanta Mukti of Maharashtra, Sanj Centers of Punjab, Prahari model of Assam, and Paravartan in Delhi are some of the successful community policing models which may be studied to recommend national model for community policing, which will help in improving the police image and bringing them near to the pupil, thus transforming police force into pupils' police force in a democratic country like ours. And I am sure that the hard work done by my colleagues, police officers, other practitioners, because especially I am really very much optimistic when I see young criminologists like Svikar Lama, somewhat experienced friend like Dr. Mangoli, Dr. Rajput, Dr. Umar, and you say experienced person like Professor Madhan, Professor Tiwari, Professor G.S. Vajpayee, group of the people who are having the varied experience, those who have worked in field, those who have developed theoretically, how to create synergy. This is the time when we have to work for making our country strong internally and outwardly also. And today it's a great occasion because one of the practitioner, police officer, who has been conferred with the Kumarappa Reckless Award in 2008 to deliver oration lecture. Today is an opportunity when he is going to speak. Like all of you, I am also eager to listen. Shri Vikas Sahay, an experienced police officer and Kumarappa awardee. Professor Bimal, I thank you again, your team, for providing this platform to the ISC, and I look forward for many joint ventures in future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. You have touched upon several important dimensions in your discussion. The criminal justice administration dimensions, lapses in police functioning, various efforts and recommendations of various reforms committees, and ways of improving criminal justice system. Very importantly, sir, you mentioned about community policing collaboration. I'm sure our Honorable Vice Chancellor is here and you would all like to brief already taken initiatives at our university to this August gathering. Sir, thank you also for correcting me that it's not Dhamshala, it's Dhamshastra. Actually, there cannot be any Dhamshala without any Dhamshastra. So, thank you for that. Friends, it is a matter of great pride that we have among us the Vice Chancellor of Rashtriya Raksha University, the National Security and Police University of India, and an institute of national importance, Professor Dr. Bimal N. Patel, sir. Professor Dr. Bimal N. Patel, sir, has been the director of Gujarat National Law University for 11 years. And after that, he joined as officer on special duty to Raksha Shakti University. A man on mission. I've never seen him taking rest. He's always on a mission mode, and a workaholic vice chancellor, a visionary, and he saw the actual transformation of a state police university into a national security and police university of India. He is already on the forefront of many policy changes, being a member of National Security Advisory Board and a formal member of National Law Commission. He has taken a number of initiatives in his short tenure at Rashtriya Raksha University, and you all will witness the effects that it is going to have in the coming years. He is definitely going to change the reliance of the country on external foreign countries as far as security manufacturing is concerned. He has already taken a number of initiatives to make India an Atmanirbhar Bharat as far as security region is concerned. He has been putting a lot of emphasis on the School of Criminology and Crime Science headed by Dr. Divyashree. He is a firm belief that criminology has got that potential to actually bring all those changes which just Professor Balraj sir was talking about. All those lapses, they can be covered with effective implementation of criminology into the field practice. Sir, I welcome you to address this gathering